We want to get an update on the conditions in St. John Parish this morning. Joining us now is Parish President Jacqueline Hotard, and thanks so much for checking in with us.
For having us.
Yeah, kind of tell us what you're seeing right now. What's going on?
What we're seeing right now, it seems like everyone is making their final preparations that they need to make at this time. The roads, there's not really that much traffic on our roads right now, which is a good thing. That means that people have taken our warnings very seriously, that this storm is very seriously. And the residents who have decided to remain and weather this storm have gotten everything they need, and they're just hunkering down to brace Ida.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing that people are heeding those warnings. It is time to stay in place and see what happens here. I'm sure you've been following the updates on the storm as we have all morning long. And as you know, the storm is intensifying, getting stronger. We're getting more winds and storm surge from it than we even thought we would. What are your thoughts and reaction to this as you're hearing this news?
Our biggest concern as the storm continues to just take those little jogs is the amount of rainfall that could be produced in a very short period of time. We know that even without a named storm, rainfall, that much rainfall over a short period of time will inundate all of our pumping capacity or anything. And in addition to that, with the rising lake levels, we could see some water come into our low-lying areas. So that is a concern. And on top of that, the strength of the winds that we will experience could cause additional damage, power outages, trees across the roadways. We're just asking our residents, wherever you are now, please stay put there until this storm is over.
Yeah, and you mentioned being worried about the rain being more than the pumping capacity that you guys have there. Are all of your pumps working and available right now?
Yes, all of our pumps are working and available. Again, the bigger concern is we pump to the lake. Our drainage system is a gravity system, so we send all of our water to Lake Pontchartrain. Of course, when Lake Pontchartrain has overfilled, we don't have any capacity to put that water. So we will see water in the streets. You know, there's always possibility for flooding in general with an event like this, and we're going to do all that we can. But we're just asking our residents to take these final preparations. Again, you know, put your important documents up high, charge all of your cell phones, make sure that you will have access to all of the information that you will need in the event of a power outage, which we know is coming, and make those final preparations now. And to gather everything in one place, you know, I find that we want to remain calm in an emergency, but oftentimes it's very difficult to do that. So if you gather everything in one place right now, then when the electricity goes out or anything, you're not looking for all of your, you know, your batteries and flashlights and medicine and those types of things.
Definitely. You kind of explained that water you're worried about being pushed from Lake Pontchartrain and the impact that has on you guys to be able to pump water. We've, of course, been talking to our meteorologist about what they're worried about most in each parish, and Peyton Malone did say he was very concerned about the lake in your area.
Yes, we are as well. With the Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Maurepas, that we're right there. That is a big concern of ours. Even with this little bit of track to the east, the storm surge predictions haven't changed. However, the amount of rainfall that we could potentially see has changed. And so that is the biggest concern, the amount of rainfall. And then, of course, the winds, you know, the strength of these winds. Ida's going to test this entire region.
Definitely. And you mentioned that it doesn't seem like most people are on the roads, that they heeded the warnings that are in place. Do you have a shelter, though, for folks who still need somewhere to go?
Yes, we do have a shelter open. We opened our shelter yesterday at 6 p.m. That shelter is at Emily C. Watkins Elementary School at 938 LA 628. We will keep our shelter open throughout the duration of the storm. However, I would ask residents, if you do want to come to the shelter, now's the time to do that. The conditions on the road will begin to deteriorate very quickly, and we definitely don't want you to try and seek that shelter in the heighten of Hurricane Ida. So if that's the plan that you want to make, please come now and don't wait. But we do have a shelter open. We have some people there. I just visited the shelter and everything's running very smoothly.
All right, glad to hear that. And finally, before we let you go, we've been talking to, of course, all the parishes in our area, and each parish official kind of has another storm that they're comparing this one to. Is this storm reminding you of a storm that the parish has been through before?
Not really. This is a different storm. It's moving a little quicker. It's more intense. It's very different than some of the storms that we've seen in the past. Our biggest one that everyone remembers is an Isaac, but Isaac was a slower moving storm, and it was less intense than this storm. So this is very different. So it's just very different than what we've seen before. It is a very, very strong, powerful storm, very different. And it's moving at, I believe the last was 16 miles an hour. So it's very different. But we know that, again, this storm is going to test all of us. I'm asking our residents, again, wherever you are now, please just stay put, hunker down, and we will be here to support everyone as best as we can.
All right, and of course, we are wishing you guys the best. Jacqueline Hotard with St. John the Baptist Parish. We appreciate you for joining us and updating your residents, and we'll check in with you throughout this